Wholeness. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Gigi. This is Gigi's House of Wellness. This channel is not a specific niche. It is about wellness overall and the law of assumption. I talk about the housing market and prep, survival, off-grid living. So there's a plethora of topics that I do cover. And whatever I'm led to discuss or asked to discuss, that's where my content is coming from. So today, my content is going to be about God. Now, overall, I'm not religious. I have studied and participated in a few religions. I've never been baptized. And as of right now, I feel that majority of generations have been brainwashed and are under a spell of religion. And that religion is formed and based off of patriarchy. I do believe and know that before patriarchy took over and colonized these continents, that the indigenous people were worshiping more or less a woman deity and or the earth and like the water and fire elements and things of that nature. But today I did a little research, and I always do my own journaling. And so I want to title this to elevate the God frequency of the collective. First and foremost, what sparked this is because I was watching another channel and they kept referring to God as a he. And so it strikes me a little bit to even assume that a God or a creator would be a human gender when God is sort of above a human, like we're here in a flesh temporarily, and God is bigger than this, bigger than this body, and bigger than all of creation. So for us to specify a gender on a God, it just reminds me of patriarchy. And when I think of God, I think of an energy or a frequency. But here are some of my notes. God is within you. You are it and everything trying to live in the flesh. So you are God living and experiencing this flesh experience. The temporary earth flesh suit that we are temporarily living in here on this earth, in this earth realm. And so if we look at God as the mighty and powerful I am presence, that is who we actually are. Our earth suit is containing the almighty and powerful God presence. So if we look at it in that sense, we are all God experiencing this human flesh suit in variables, because humanity is large. So this God presence within us connects us all. This is the only, like, we're all different. We're all different races, genders. We all look different, nationalities. But at the end of the day, what connects us all is that mighty and powerful God presence that is within us all. As even the Bible said, the kingdom of God is within you. So therefore, you are housing God within you, within this body. We are the temple of the Most High. My favorite quote, and this always brings me back to myself, is by Ralph Waldo Emerson: do not seek yourself outside of yourself. This is where the spell starts. We seek a God outside of ourselves. We look for God in everything outside of ourselves, and it almost takes a lot of us a lifetime to come to the conclusion that the God is within us. That power and that presence is within us. Do not seek God outside of you. Sit silent and envision the mighty and powerful presence of God, because it's there and it's within you. And when we seek God outside of ourselves, as if the religions teach us to look at the church and look at this image that someone else has created for you to worship, there you are, right there. There goes the spell. And to break it is to stop looking outside of yourself and to seek the God within you. Let me go into some more of my notes, because I want to clear like how the goddess and the woman and oh my gosh, my tissue, here goes my nose every time I get on here. Damn. So yeah, we tend to look outside of ourselves, and that's where people get lost, and that's where people start worshiping other individuals, the preacher, the pastor, the priest, outside of themselves. And people can go on this journey for a lifetime and not figure out that they are the answer and the key to everything is within. And I find that to be well, now I don't see my other notes. Oh no, here it is. Okay, so well, I wanted to speak about more of the female deities, because in a lot of the cultures outside of Europe, and even in Europe, there are some female deities that were considered God and worshipped prior to the colonizers' takeover and mass Christian washing of the indigenous lands. I like to talk about the Lady of Guadalupe and how, particularly in Mexico, she is seen as a manifestation of the Virgin Mary, but is often interpreted as bridging Christian and pre-Christian indigenous beliefs. Her image appeared in Juan Diego, an indigenous man in 1531. And then this is what I've learned just by traveling, is that a lot of the people will name their firstborn daughter Guadalupe after this deity. So if you consider how many women, and I'm not sure if I'm correct off of the firstborn daughter or just any of their daughters, but so many Hispanic, Mexican descent women are named Guadalupe, and they're all named after this female who was worshipped before the colonizers came and forced Christianity on their ancestors. And a lot of the other Aztec and native traditions were doing the same. And I don't want to mispronounce the names of these goddesses, but in Aztec tradition, Tonantzin was a mother goddess associated with fertility, another Aztec goddess of earth, mother. A lot of these are Aztec, Greek, Celtic, there's African, Norse. So women and the worship of women were pre-patriarch. Also, a lot of the women who were connected with healing, herbs, earth, were considered witches, and Christians will condemn them. Even still to this day, a lot of so-called Christians and religious people condemn women and men who seek other forms of the goddess or God, and the worship of earth and the worship of the mother, and they are considered evil and not of God, which is pure. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's pure. It's almost like uneducated thinking, and it's dogma, when you let somebody else decide your fate or consider your, determine who you worship and what you're going to do with yourself. So I just wanted to touch those points and make a video of this because I am feeling as if, as a collective, if we focus on being on the God frequency together, this was the meaning of the video, we are more powerful if we're together and we're all on the same frequency. So as a collective, if we're all tuning in to that God frequency within us, we're connecting with each other. So if we take a few moments, open our heart space for connection and be on the frequency of the God and the Goddess, we can connect and we can make amazing things happen, as in the Bible and other great mystic books. It takes unity and belief to change and to create magic and to manifest. And so any guru you go to or seeking religious answers, if they're not leading you back to yourself, they are a false guru and they are a false prophet. Anybody who's leading you back to your own individual self to seek the God within you is a guru. And just always know that and always keep that in your mind. And always, if you figure that out, like, they're not going to have you worshiping something outside of yourself. That's false religion. And so I just wanted to share this, and I will be back. I will update. I'm going to do a separate video to update the money manifestation process that I'm going through, and how the banks are hijacking my manifestation. Thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will be back. Peace.